Hello, Durud and Shalom. We be
Welcome
live.
back. Hello. While President Trump's deal was about to be made, a wave of massive missile strikes and coordinated airstrikes tore across the entirety of the Middle East. From the Islamic Republic to the Houthis, everyone got in on the action yesterday. So we're going to review yesterday's chaos first and then bring today's developments, starting with the Israeli strikes on Lebanon, which kicked everything off yesterday. So Israel launched some strikes on the no-no zone that they were not supposed to in Dahiyeh, which is southern Beirut. And this caused the IRGC, for weeks were saying, do not hit that place, to launch wave upon wave of ballistic missiles towards Israel. They launched slightly more than 4 waves, I believe, and about 30 ballistic missiles. All were intercepted. And not only that, we will give you the details of what these ballistic missiles actually were, which was a surprise to me. They were not your normal ones. Just keep in mind, the Israelis have the Iron Dome as the first layer of defense, and then they have their Arrow 2, 3, Patriot missile, THAAD interceptors. They have a ton of defense systems for this. However, with all of that, it seems like some Yemeni Houthi drones have been able to get through. One got through in the past 30 minutes and another a few more last night. So we're going to go through ahead and cover everything. Starting from there, Armin, what do you think about the IRGC even launching these ballistic missiles?
I mean, they're this. Okay, so the IRGC is kind of stuck right now between a rock and a hard place. They are, I think, right now the IRGC is desperately trying to figure out how to demonstrate to two audiences, Hezbollah and their own supporters inside Iran, that they are not going to take any shit, that they are going to respond, that they are defiant, that they are very strong, that they will punish the enemy, and at the same time communicate to President Trump that this was nothing, we didn't do anything, this was just symbolic attack. It's really hard, right? So how do you? I mean, it's actually easy to some regime followers, but it's difficult for other regime followers. I'm getting videos, by the way, Ali, from inside Iran. More regime followers are like, yeah, we're not going to be fooled by the Islamic Republic. We're not doing shit, right? This is really good. More and more. So if people don't notice, it's not like these people are wisening up now. There are some pro-regime analysts that consider the attacks by the Islamic Republic on Israel and the United States to be pathetically weak from the beginning. And the reason why they're speaking now is because they wait for it to become normal, like more normalized and less taboo to admit this. And they have been always waiting. And now they're just waiting for the momentum to pick up. Like, let's see who's first, who's the first one who's going to say it. Am I going to say it? I don't want to say it by myself and get attacked by the regime. I just like this lone warrior that is telling the truth, right? So they're like looking at it. Somebody says a little bit, and somebody else says a little bit. So I feel more comfortable. Like, maybe not. And then eventually the momentum picks up, and then more regime supporters are going to be like, yeah, we actually are pathetically weak against Israel. But right now we're seeing more and more voices. I actually have some examples of some people from the regime coming out and saying like, yeah, this is not good. So this is the pressure. This is, guys, we have to pay attention to the internal politics of the United States, Israel, and the internal politics of the Islamic Republic. All three of them are trying to demonstrate to their followers and supporters and the voters for Israel and United States, supporters of the regime for the Islamic Republic, that they are strong, that they are defiant, and that they are controlling the what's happening in the battlefield. While at the same time, so Israel is kind of different. So the Islamic Republic needs to do that while also not pissing off President Trump, because if they piss him off too much, they might die, right? Because the Islamic Republic doesn't really want to start going back to full-on military operations right now, even though it would benefit them from a unity perspective. It will not benefit them from a life perspective, like for a living perspective, right? Because the Israelis probably know where Mushtaba is right now and Ghalibaf is right now, and they might be able to just kill them. So from that perspective, like, yep, let's not. So that's why the Islamic Republic is trying to. I wouldn't be surprised if Ghalibaf is directly talking to President Trump, convincing him like, listen, these were nothing. Like we didn't do anything. Like nobody died in Israel. Please, the stop Israel. Please, 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 please stop Israel from starting coming out and killing us. I'm pretty sure they're terrified of what Israel might do, and so they are like really tough. Like Hezbollah, look at you, look at this. We took revenge. We're here to defend you and the regime supporters. Look at what we could do. Look, the Americans are scared of us. That's why they're stopping Israel. That's why they're trying to not let Israel attack us, because the Americans have realized that we're too strong to reckon with, and the Americans are terrified of Israel dragging the United States into a war that they cannot win. That's what they're trying to say to their own followers, while at the same time trying to communicate to President Trump that this was just symbolic. Please let us go. Stop Israel. That's what the Islamic Republic is trying to do right now.
Yeah, exactly. It seems like both sides last night were trying to appease their own followers. I mean, Benjamin Netanyahu was directly told by President Trump to not go ahead and strike, and he did strike. So let's take a look at where. Sorry.
Right. No, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
President Trump said don't strike, and they did strike. Yeah.
Yeah. They went ahead with it anyway, and it just took them a couple hours. So this is released by the IDF, and they actually told us exactly where they hit. So they hit about 15 targets in the initial wave of attacks. Let's take a look. So it seems like they did just strike defense systems or military industrial complexes. They primarily targeted the surface-to-air missile launchers here. And actually they released a video because they wanted to show proof. So here is their proof. So this video kind of cuts off, but right there on the bottom, where my mouse is circling, you can see a likeness of a truck, and that's that missile launcher. And then 2 seconds later, it doesn't exist anymore. So this was yesterday.
Is that a missile launch? Is that a missile launcher or is it a defense system?
Yeah, that's I mean, they're the same thing. They're that's
well, I mean, the missile launchers are. I think we talked about the launchers that. I mean, sorry, is that a ballistic missile launcher or an interceptor?
It's an air defense interceptor. Yeah.
Is that the Bavar system?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Let me see.
Can we go back to the image
and say, yeah, here it is.
Like, let me see.
So here's the thing: they created a whole dugout for this. Like they went and excavated all around it, and they put it down there so the earth is around it, protecting it. But I mean, I'm not sure how much protection to give it here because bye-bye.
Can you go to the first video that you sent? Because the Bavar defense system is basically made by the Islamic Republic. So the defense system that they have, one of them is the S-300 that they buy from Russia. And the other one is the Bavar system, which I think this is the Bavar system. This is made domestically by the Islamic Republic. Guys, anybody knows if this is the Bavar system? I have some images of them, so I think it does look like it.
It looks kind of old, so maybe.
I mean, really? Because the Bavar system is newer.
Maybe it's the camo.
Oh yeah. Wait, I have a video about the Bavar system. Iran's Bavar 3773.
Someone asked how recent are these strikes? This was within the past 12 hours. Wait, no, 16, 18 hours, just last night. Oh, it is that.
That's
the same thing.
It's the same thing? Okay, so that's the Bavar system.
So this is their like new high-tech?
Internally, domestically made. Bavar 373. And they're not very good, by the way. They have so far not intercepted a single thing, I think.
I mean, to be fair, the Chinese can't intercept anything either. Yeah. But people still think that China could provide protection to the Gulf countries.
Yeah.
So, Since we're on the topic of missiles here, guys, there weren't normal missiles that were launched from the Islamic Republic last night. These were actually some pretty high-tech missiles. So they were using their high-tech interceptors on the ground, which got bombed, but they also launched hypersonic ballistic missiles to Israel. So from the debris that launched, and landed across Iraq and Syria and Jordan, people were actually able to find out, evidence-wise, that this is actually their most advanced missile. It's called the Fatah-1 hypersonic ballistic missiles. These are their best missiles, and none of them landed, not a single one. So there you go. They were flying to northern Israel, so yeah.
Did they use any of their cluster bombs?
I did hear a couple of reports of cluster munitions, but I don't know if they weren't confirmed by the IDF, so I'm not sure.
Because those are the hardest to intercept, and those are the ones that causes the most injuries in Israel.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they have them and haven't used them as another indication that they're trying not to make the attack more symbolic for internal consumption, rather than so that it doesn't escalate into something bigger that they can't handle.
For it to escalate bigger than, if they had killed any Israelis, I think it would have escalated into something they can handle.
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that they were trying not to kill Israelis this time.
Yeah,
because
that's why. Oh my God, that's why. I think I texted you when you were out, and I was like, and you're like, "Do you think this means war?" And I was like, "I don't think so. This seems really like a show. It seems like a limited response from both sides here."
You were right.
Because a full-on war would mean you would be hearing and seeing explosions everywhere in Iran. They would be going for everyone. Top leadership would be dead. Which, by the way, last night, Armin, there was a lot of posts circulating on X that Ahmad Vahidi had been assassinated. And I was like,
none of it was.
I was like, what? I didn't say anything about it because I was like, there's no way, right? So, and it turned out to be false.
Yeah, it wasn't confirmed. I saw so many people messaging me like, Armin Vahidi died. I'm like, where's your source? I heard it some post on social media. I'm like, that is not a source.
Yeah, because we want it to be true so bad.
Yeah, stop spreading that.
Do you want to see some damage that the Israelis had inflicted?
Yeah. By the way, guys, keep asking your questions in the chat. So, Ali, whenever StreamYard has this really good feature that when something is a question, it makes it look different. It puts a question mark logo next to it, and then highlight so that you could easily identify questions. I don't know if you've noticed that, right? So, see, for example, this one, right? You can see, like, in the chat, it highlights it differently, and it puts a question mark next to it, so you could easily find out which ones are the questions.
Oh, I see. Okay, gotcha.
Right?
All right, cool.
So that way, if people are asking questions, you could quickly identify them and answer them.
Oh. Well, yeah, thanks for letting me know.
You want to answer this one?
Yeah. Are the IRGC running out of missiles? They have thousands left, which is 20% of what they originally had. So they have more than enough still.
Yeah.
But remember, the whole thing that we were talking about before the war even started, before February 28th, was you can have as many bullets to a gun as you want, but if you only have one gun, you can only fire so many bullets, right? So actually, no, sorry, I don't have any guns. But if you only have one missile launcher, if you only have a couple missile launchers, and the missile launchers are destroyed, then that doesn't matter how many missiles you have. But we'll get into that in a second. So if you take a look at this is exactly what you're talking about, whoever asked that question. I'm going to slowly go through here. Okay. Look. Boom. So this is the Kermanshah missile city, and it had some things above it, and they were all destroyed and taken out today. Well, yesterday. So there you go. They did this to a few different sites. As you can see, that black char is just fire. Like this thing was on fire for the whole night, and looks like it went out just today. And this was not the only missile city that they hit. Here's the problem. They went again and they hit these missile cities. They hit multiple different ones. But the IRGC actually has opened a lot of these tunnels in the past couple of months, and they've been moving the missile launchers out of the missile cities and hiding them in other places. We actually had evidence that they would hide them in just simple like farms, like barns and other such warehouses. They would just put them in there because it's just a truck, right? It's just a big truck. You can put it in a lot of different places. That's the problem. A lot of those missile launchers were moved, and we don't know where they are right now. I'm hoping that American and Israeli intelligence tracked them, even if it was in the dead of night, they still tracked it. But you can't track all of them. I mean, when it's when there's no moon in the sky and it's completely dark, we're not the only ones that can take advantage of that, right? So yeah, going back to this, let's answer some questions here. Real quick, we had Mudchat Pottery who became a member. Thank you. And our first question here from a citizen said, has Trump allowed Israel to keep hitting the IRGC? No, he has not. He's not happy at all, actually. So this is what you're talking about right here. Okay, so the Dahia happened. Israel launches attacks on Lebanon. IRGC strikes Israel. Then Israel retaliates against Iran. And then Trump comes and says, I don't want a new war. And Netanyahu's like, okay. And he's like, don't respond to Iran. Don't hit the IRGC back. It's only going to lead to escalation. And Netanyahu's like, well, what am I supposed to do? I'm in a tough spot here. Like you're coming out with all these statements saying Netanyahu only listens to me and I make all the shots and Israel can't defend itself. What am I supposed to do? So Netanyahu does respond. And then today, as of a couple hours ago, Israel was going to conduct a mass strike on Iran, like a big operation. And they were going to continue where they left off from Operation Lion's Roar, which was the war, the 40-day war. They said they were going to continue that, full-on strikes. And as the jets are on the tarmac in Ben Gurion Airport and the military bases of Israel, President Trump catches wind, calls Netanyahu, and says, no more. Call it off right now. True story.
But how do you know if that all of that is real?
Like they talked about it.
That could. No. How do you know if President Trump and Netanyahu are not just playing mind games?
Oh, right. So we think, or at least I've been thinking, and I called it, that Israel and America were going to have a huge rift driven between them on purpose to appear like they're not on the same side anymore. And this gives the United States more leverage in this deal. Basically, Trump can go tell the IRGC, look, I'm holding back my bro here. I'm gonna let him at you if you don't agree to the deal. I'm gonna give. He's gonna.
So you do think it's good cop, bad cop?
I think this is a whole show. I've been thinking it's a whole show.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Because for a second there, I thought you were thinking that President Trump is actually holding back Netanyahu, but you're saying no, he's not. This is a show.
No, I mean, he told Netanyahu not to strike, and Netanyahu struck. So, and here's the thing. In the historical perspective. I was thinking about this yesterday. Here's what's going to be written in the history books. The 40-day war happened. There was a 60-day ceasefire. or negotiation period, as soon as the 60-day period ended, there was immediate strikes by Israel on the Islamic Republic. Like just as a fact, it doesn't matter who held back who, but that's just a fact. As soon as that period ended, Israel gave the Islamic Republic a taste of what's to come. And I think we're going to see an acceleration of events from here on. I mean, remember for the past couple of weeks, we kept seeing explosions in the Strait of Hormuz, Bandar Abbas, and all these different places. And then they kept striking the Persian Gulf Arab countries. Well, now this is a full-on escalation from that. We're kind of getting used to missiles flying around everywhere.
Did CENTCOM, do you have any information with regards to how the degree of the involvement of CENTCOM in the recent Israeli attacks within the Islamic Republic?
Yes. So CENTCOM did confirm, the White House confirmed that CENTCOM did intercept missiles for Israel. So they were there helping.
Okay, so they were helping them defense.
Correct.
Okay, so CENTCOM helped Israel defensively, but they didn't help them offensively. So the offensive part was Israel by itself. So defensively, United States always defends Israel.
Yeah.
Always. So that's nothing new.
Mm-hmm.
Even if there's any disagreement, so that doesn't tell us much, because even if there is any disagreement between Israel and United States, if there is any attacks on Israel, CENTCOM helps Israel, even if there was a disagreement on the offensive. Is that true?
Yeah, they have treaties in place, and the missile interceptors and the Marines are already there. So,
okay, so that doesn't tell us much. Because if it was that obvious, then it's not going to work as good cop backup. So, guys, if for the good cop backup of United States and Israel to work, like if you guys say like, oh, guys, it's obvious that United States and Israel are doing good cop backup. Well, if it's obvious, then it's not a good strategy. It shouldn't be obvious. It should be very difficult for us to tell. Like, so it can't be obvious. Like it should be hard for us to tell if it's supposed to work on the Islamic Republic. It should be hard for us to tell. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes total sense. If we could figure it out that easily, then the RGC is going to figure it out easily.
Yeah, and it's not a good strategy if we could figure it out that easily.
So here's the best part of everything, okay? The strikes happened, everything happened, and then Iran, or the Islamic Republic's foreign ministry spokesman, so Baghai, came out and he said, this is what he said. Okay, this is the official statement from the Islamic Republic. Washington bears direct responsibility for the latest ceasefire violations. Israel's actions cannot be separated from Washington's policy. He also said that we will. Baghai came out and said that Israel's actions are not separate from Washington's policy. So America and Israel are one in this. And he directly said, word for word, he said that we will not be fooled by this act.
Okay, so they think it. So the Islamic Republic thinks it's mind games. Then
seems so.
See, it's basically fool me once, fool me twice kind of situation. They're like, we've learned our lesson. These people are fucking with us. That's what they're saying.
Yep, guys. So the foreign ministry of the Islamic Republic just said that yesterday or today, I guess. Sorry, the time's it's all mixed up together with me. So we need to drive a bigger wedge between Israel and the United States. So we're going to see more escalations. Trump's going to come out and say more things like Netanyahu just listens to me. I call the shots. And I mean, wow, Netanyahu's going to come under a lot of pressure. But the only way that he can get out of this pressure is by continuing to strike. So he's going to keep hitting Hezbollah in Lebanon. They might start hitting the Houthis and probably still hit the Islamic Republic. Because if he strikes Lebanon, IRGC is going to respond. So this cycle is just going to continue, which also drives the wedge between America and Israel. All Netanyahu has to do is just keep hitting Lebanon. If he hits Lebanon, that forces the IRGC to launch missiles, which forces him to respond in self-defense, which forces Trump to come out and say, what are you doing? What the F are you doing, Netanyahu? Wedge. Rift.
Well, one thing I think people should consider is that if this is good cop, bad cop, mind games, fake fight, then the audience is not just the Islamic Republic. The audience is also American voters and Israeli voters. Like it or not, many Americans don't want this war, and they have this impression that Israel is dragging President Trump into a war that is not for United States. So President Trump acting tough against Netanyahu might work to basically satisfy that audience inside the United States, which is there's that.
What
And
about the regime
also,
supporters?
no, let's forget. So let's look at three countries. Okay, we have three countries, three internal politics of each country. Trump needs to, even if he's supporting Prime Minister Netanyahu, he needs to show internally that we're making our own decisions and we're in full control, right? And it's not Israel that is dragging us into a war. Prime Minister Netanyahu is also dealing with its own election coming in very soon, November. And both of them are happening in November. A lot of Israelis are upset with Prime Minister Netanyahu, thinking that you don't have any control over your military, your own foreign policy, and President Trump is controlling us and not letting us defend ourselves. So he needs to demonstrate that no, Israel is making its own decisions and it's not being controlled by the United States. So both of these could be achieved by President Trump telling Bibi not to attack and Bibi attacking anyways. So they will achieve you're basically killing two birds with one stone by President Trump showing that I am pushing back against Bibi, and Bibi showing to its internal audience that I did attack anyways, and I'm not being controlled by Bibi. So both of them will, they could be completely aligned and working with each other, and then achieving this internal politics objective at the same time, right? And the Islamic Republic is also dealing with its own internal politics, which basically meaning the minority regime supporters. They require a maximum response to Israel because of their attack on Hezbollah. And the Islamic Republic also has the internal politics of not wanting to die. So they have to figure out how to respond to Israel, making it look like it was very significant, but also make it not significant enough for it not to cause the end of the ceasefire.
That's exactly what I think.
Yeah.
Is that the way that they're playing it is that, hey, they're forcing me. I have no choice.
Right. Yeah, if I was Ghalibaf, I would be calling Trump and listen, we did it in a way that not a single person died in Israel, and that was on purpose. That was on design. Okay, we didn't kill anybody, so we just have this. So the Ghalibaf is trying to convince President Trump that we have these Durka. I'm not Durka. These people are Durka, and my hands are tied. We need to give them something. Okay, so let me just do some symbolic missiles to Israel, and I promise that would be it. Okay. Can you hold Bibi back, please? So this is what Ghalibaf is trying to tell to Trump. And Trump has to play it so if this is all a game, Trump has to play it so so basically the same thing that the Islamic Republic is doing to Trump is trying to do to the Islamic Republic. Trump is like, listen, I want to work with you, but this Bibi, he's crazy. You have to give me something or else he's going to come for you. I can't really hold him back. And the Islamic Republic is also doing that to Trump. Listen, I want to do a deal with you. I want to give you all the enriched uranium. Okay. I want to give you all the enriched uranium and everything. But we have these crazy people back here. My hands are tied. So at the same time, right? So they're basically playing a game of chicken, and the best way to play the game of chicken is to act like your hands are tied, right?
Yeah.
And Trump is using Bibi for that. Islamic Republic is using the Durka people in the streets for that.
And Netanyahu is using Lebanon for that.
What? Oh,
So
Netanyahu is
if Netanyahu, so if Hezbollah keeps firing, right, or if they're just like
no,
conducting.
Netanyahu is using people like Ben Gavir for that. Like
What I mean is, so he strikes Lebanon under the guise of Hezbollah, right? Hezbollah has to respond. The IRGC has to respond. Like they're all forcing each other's hands here. Like it's a chain reaction. Like I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Here's what we're missing. And let's just say, if it is Ghalibaf who's talking, and if he is agreeing on all these things, and he really was want to make a deal, but he can't, there's different factions in the Islamic Republic. Okay, here's what we're missing. How are you going to, what is Ghalibaf or someone else in the Islamic Republic going to give Trump? What is it? What exactly is it? That's what we need. That's what we're missing here. That's the only piece of the puzzle that we're missing. That's the only thing that we don't know. Is it the strait? Is it the uranium? Is it going to be the location of the top IRGC leadership? What is it?
I think there's nothing right now that the Islamic Republic that could give President Trump that would satisfy President Trump. I think the Islamic Republic is trying to figure out how to survive the next, 48 hours. They're not really thinking long term. It is possible that Trump is just trying to give some false hope to the Islamic Republic and then come back to kinetic military operations after the midterms are over.
So that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying, except I don't think it'll take until the midterms, but who knows, it might. But I think we're going straight back to it. There is nothing that the Islamic Republic could give as a piece of collateral. Like, you guys know, when you go rent an apartment, right, you got to put something down just in case like something happens, so you have a skin in the game. What could the Islamic Republic give Trump that is like, they could give him words, right? That's it. And do you think Trump's going to just take their words and be like, okay, whatever you say? No, there's nothing that they can give him. There's nothing also that would stop them from in the future just waiting for Trump to leave and then doing it all over again. He's got to finish this. Okay, I'm thinking we read a couple of super chats here.
Yeah.
And the first
you
one,
know what? You made a good point. I had to write it down because I have so many ideas to make into short videos, and I don't get the chance to make them. But every time I think of a good, point, I was like, oh my god, I need to turn this into a short video. I'm gonna make the videos like short, like 1 minute short, so maybe I will have time to actually make them.
Okay.
All right, let's go through the super chats. Yeah.
All right, got the first one from Boboism, who says, Israel, Bibi, and Trump. Yeah, I think they're still on the same page here, but you know what? I think Bibi's kind of getting the shorthand. He's getting like the unfavorable side of this partnership right now. So
right.
Yeah. And we got a question by InServer here. So whose question is, if Trump doesn't have any intention of regime change, how are we making this massive leap to a nuclear deal and then to a revolution? Any scenario you outlined involves... Okay, well, we'll just answer the question. From a nuclear deal leading to a revolution. Well, if you've been listening to us InServer, we've been saying that if the nuclear deal happens, which is all the uranium coming out of Iran, that means the United States has to personally go inside of the Islamic Republic, take the uranium out, and the Islamic Republic has to let them do it. What do you think is going to happen to the regime supporters here? Do you think they're going to like that? So that's pretty much it. And we have a new member from Susan. Thanks, Susan.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Susan.
Next one is from Sarah Ocean. Says, just wanted to say, love you, Adi. You are a sweetheart. And Armin, your soul is so pure. You're so humble. Both of you boys have a special place in my heart. Booses.
Booses.
Thank you. It's really kind of you.
Booses means kisses, guys.
Yeah. It's nice knowing that someone's watching and being like, oh yeah, I like these people. I like their character. Thanks, Sarah. And Nail Bunny with the 10 gifted memberships. Thank you for Liberty Politics. Nice.
Thank you, Neil Bunny. That's very generous. Thank you. That's
very kind of you.
Always supporting. Very kind. Thank you.
Thank you for that. And Boboism again, who says, Trump blames Bibi, quote unquote, blames. Trump and Bibi become stronger at home. Arabs are forced into Abraham Accords so they can get Israel's protection against IRGC. Mind game. Yeah,
you know what?
Familiar. Sounds a little familiar.
Yeah, go on.
Have we been saying that?
Yeah. You know, guys, to be fair, like, you have to think about the strategy long term, Ellie. If the Democrats win big during the midterms, okay, that is going to limit Trump's ability to fight the Islamic Republic. It's going to limit them. Okay, it's going to be he has to go deal with a whole bunch of other bullshit back at home, probably impeachment stuff, maybe, right? That's going to get his focus away from where it needs to be. So we have to care about the midterms. President Trump needs to care about the midterms. And like it or not, gas prices are, guys, the average American voter doesn't really care as much about foreign politics as the people watching, the Americans who are watching us right now, right? The average American voter cares about affordability and purchasing power, right? And gas prices being high is not very good for that. It's not very good. Even if the economy in the US is soaring, which it is, the economy in the United States is like really, like, guys, like, did you see the job numbers? Here, let me tell you something about the average voter. If their salary goes up, and if they get better jobs, they take the credit. Like I did that. Okay. But when the prices go up, they blame the government. Right. So, you have to, gas prices especially is so visible at the pump. Other things, when you go at the pump and you see those high numbers, you're like, fuck, whoever is responsible for this, fuck you. Right. How can I punish whoever is responsible for this? Right. So President Trump makes sense to me if the plan is like, let's take a breather, let's just like calm down, because I need to make sure that I could continue to do what I want to do after the midterms. And guys, if the Democrats get the upper hand in US politics, then the Islamic Republic wins. The Islamic Republic wins when the Democrats win. Okay, that's the case. The Islamic Republic wins when the Democrat win. So, and the Democrats have a higher chance of winning. They have a higher chance of winning if, come the midterms, gas prices are high. So, if you want President Trump to support Prime Minister Netanyahu, maximum support for Prime Minister Netanyahu, then it's important to keep the Democrats out of this, right? So, just understand why President Trump has to deal with gas prices to make sure that after the midterms, he's not being limited by the Democrats to a huge degree. Like, does that make sense, Ellie?
It makes sense. And also, remember when we looked at this? Guys, this is what Armin's talking about. In the short term, we're okay. We're not great. But in the long term, this is the trucking rates. This is the cost of transporting everything in America. Okay? Look at that graph. Look on the right. Everything's up. It is shot up in 2026, just through the moon. It's over double. Okay? That is going to drive the cost of everything you want to buy at the store up. How long can that stay? I don't know.
By the way, I got a great compliment. Michelle is saying, that is quite insightful of you, Armin. Armin Navabi, full name. Considering you're not American. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Well, there you go. There you go. And guys, by the way, guys, this is not binary. I saw somebody else saying like, "Oh, well, they're gonna lose anyway, so what's the point?" It's not binary. This is a spectrum. If you're winning by how much? If you're losing by how much? Okay, so this is a spectrum. So even if you're losing, it's better to lose by less. If you're winning, it's better to win by more. So it's still important.
Also, I want to share a life philosophy, just one sentence, which I've always thought about. It's easy to look good when you're ahead, and it's easy to look bad when you're behind. Anyway, so we have the Africa Chica. The question here, who says, the more I watch, the more I'm convinced Trump is using the IRGC to beat the Arab states into submission.
Yes.
Literally, they're getting beaten. Part of his Board of Peace efforts and towards his replacing of the United Nations, partly anyway. Yeah, we've been saying that. So the more you have the IRGC hammer Kuwait and Bahrain and United Arab Emirates, the more the Arab states think, oh crap, like, okay, well, our agreement to have the United States protect us isn't enough anymore. We're getting hammered. So we need extra protection. Well, who's the only other person who can give us protection? It's not Russia or China. Promise you, they cannot do that. They like physically can't. They just can't. Israel can. So we got to make peace with Israel. And also, me, the United States, I'm not going to be here this entire time. I got to leave at some point. I want to go fight China in the Pacific and South America. I don't want to be here forever. I've been here for like 60 years.
My own hemisphere.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the next super chat is by Amy Ryan. Thank you. Who says, why would Trump want to look weak? Also, it looks like Trump doesn't care if our allies get bombed, or even worse, it looks like he doesn't care if our troops get bombed.
Well, I don't think he wants to look not getting bombed. Yeah. Oh, you go first. You go ahead, Ali. You first.
Sure. You go. He doesn't want to look weak. He wants other people to look weak or weaker. If you think he looks weak, then just think other people look weaker in comparison. Who's the strongest looking person? It's definitely the United States here in this entire conflict. Everyone else looks weaker by comparison. And that's that way by design, like a lot of the Persian Gulf Arab countries who are our allies. If they get bombed, well, that's more leverage for the US. You know, that's just how these things work. If he doesn't care about our troops getting bombed, well, he does. He said, if there are American casualties, we're going straight back to a full-fledged war. And that's definitely a no-go for Trump, for sure. Even if you don't believe in him personally, think about how he feels politically. If you have American casualties and the US doesn't respond to it, that's a huge midterm talking point that the Democrats can use. Yeah, thank you for the super chat. Go ahead, Armin.
So yeah, let's go through it. So why would Trump want to look weak? So yeah, he does. Obviously, he doesn't want to look weak, and I mean, honestly, he doesn't look weak. He has decimated the Islamic Republic in a way that nobody, like the Operation Epic Fury and Roaring Lion, has been one of the most successful military operations in history, right? So we have to look at who the audience is, right? The people who want President Trump to just go full on kinetic military operations against the Islamic Republic until it's finished. So from their perspective, he's going to look weak, right? So from the perspective of the Americans who think that, oh, Israel is controlling America's foreign policy, then this whole, oh, Bibi, you have to stop and I'm in control, stop. That actually, they might like that. They might like, oh, okay, United States is, I mean, some of them are retarded, so they're so anti-Israeli, then this is not going to influence them. But there's always people in the middle who are going to see this and like, yeah, President Trump is being America first. So they're going to see this as actually a show of strength. When it comes to most Americans, though, they're not like you and me and Ali and other people in the chat. President Trump's strength or weakness comes from gas prices and affordability and purchasing power, right? So they're going to be like, has President Trump successfully managed to you know, control, help the economy and reduce prices and stuff like that, and bring jobs back to the United States, for them, that's a measurement of strength and weakness. They're focusing on that. So again, when it comes to Trump being weak or strong, you have to look at like what audience we're talking about, and the measurement for these audiences for each one of them is going to be different. So now the second part. Also, it looks like Trump doesn't care if our allies get bombed, and even worse, it looks like he doesn't care if our troops. So the main red line for President Trump is American troops dying. So far, right now during the ceasefire, there hasn't been any casualties or even injuries. I think maybe has there been injuries? No casualties of
not
American
caused
soldiers.
by the IRGC.
Not caused by
One
the
army
IRGC.
soldier in Iraq died, which was actually really sketchy, by the way. So he died, and they said it was a training exercise, but then they launched an entire investigation, and it was in the Erbil base, which has been bombarded constantly over the past couple of months.
So yeah, if any American soldiers die, obviously, if President Trump doesn't respond strongly to that, that would be really, really bad and show it's a lack of care for American soldiers. If the ceasefire continues after the American soldiers die, and obviously President Trump has said that would be a red line for him, and the ceasefire is over if any American soldiers die. When it comes to your allies, the thing is that America's allies, a lot of them have taken advantage of United States protection without offering anything in return, right? Offering enough in return. So when it comes to U.S. allies, we have some countries that have done a lot when it comes to paying their fair share. Israel is one of them. Poland is one of them. Ukraine is one of them. So these are model countries that you could refer to as countries that, yeah, they're doing a lot to defend themselves. But when it comes to many European countries, not Poland and Ukraine, but other European countries, when it comes to Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, Bahrain, Kuwait, these countries have been leeching off United States security, and the petrodollar, the unwritten petrodollar agreement between United States and these Arab countries, the unwritten agreement, is not really working that much for United States anymore. So United States is providing security to these Arab countries, but United States, unlike before, is not reliant on their oil as much anymore, and their U.S. dollar is not reliant. The strength of the U.S. dollar is not as reliant as oil and gas being sold in USD anymore. So these Arab countries are expecting United States to provide them with protection, American resources, American taxpayer money being spent on their protection, while they are just sitting back. And I mean, they're not doing enough to protect themselves. And the best thing they could do to protect themselves is to just cut out this bullshit, this fight that they have with Israel, and cut out the bullshit with the two-state solution, and just accept Israel as the hegemon, as the only security umbrella that they could, because for the United States, it makes a lot more sense for it to stop providing so much security globally for so many countries, because when the United States did that after World War II, these countries didn't have the ability to do a lot themselves, but their economies have grown, and instead of spending a lot of it on their military, because they're relying on the United States, they're spending the same money on, I don't know, free healthcare, free education, and their militaries are too small because they just know United States is there. This is unfair to every American taxpayer. This is so unfair to every American taxpayer. So United States needs to slowly pull, and this isn't the United States needs to pull away, but this is not bad for these countries. This is actually good for these countries, because you're removing the training wheels from their bikes, and you're making them self-reliant on stronger countries by doing so. And President Trump is not there to protect these Arab countries, because these countries can't just keep using free security services from American taxpayers. President Trump's Don't Row doctrine, in my opinion, makes a lot of sense. United States needs to focus on their own neighborhood more, and these countries need to focus more on their own neighborhood. And Saudi Arabia, instead of relying so much on U.S. security, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Qatar, the UAE, they need to understand that the only alternative to United States, one way or another, is going to slowly leave this region. So you need to find a solution to United States leaving. And United States is doing you a favor by not pulling out so quick in trying to figure out a solution for you while they're going out. This is actually United States doing you a favor by trying to give you a solution while they're leaving. And Saudi Arabia stopped threatening United States with China and Russia, acting like, like, oh, if you leave me, I'm going to go to China, I'm going to go to Russia. Good luck with that. Are you fucking kidding me? China can't even handle the United States in its own neighborhood. You think they could come and protect you in the Middle East? The only alternative to United States protection is Israeli protection. That's the only alternative. So these countries need to get over the two-state solution, get over the Palestinian cause, and realize, just like Bahrain and UAE did, that they need to just move closer and closer to Israel. That is the only solution. So this is not United States not caring about their allies. This is United States basically rearranging this unfair agreement since the 70s. I mean, it was more fair back in the 70s. This unfair agreement between these Arab countries and the United States, it needs to be renegotiated. And the United States is actually doing them a favor by trying to arrange the Abrahamic Accord with these countries before they leave. Sorry, that went for so long. Let me know if that was unnecessarily long, or was that helpful?
That was good. It's a full explanation. Thank you. Okay, we have some breaking news for you guys.
Oh, remove the super chat before you show that.
Okay, so President Trump has said, I will be doing a tele-rally live at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time for Senator Lindsey Graham. Vote for him, and etc. Now, in this tele-rally that began already, right? It's been almost an hour. He said, quote, "You're really going to win it over the next 2 weeks when we declare total victory. It will be a total victory, and it will happen very soon."
Wait, let me see this again. I will be doing a tele-rally live for Senator Lindsey Graham and South Carolina.
And that's really it. The rest of it is just whatever. But in this tele-rally, he said, he said, quote, listen to this. "You're really going to win it over the next 2 weeks when we declare total victory. It will be a total victory, and it will happen very soon."
Do you have that quote?
I have the quote from a person called Libby Dean, who is a White House correspondent here.
President speaking on a telegram. 2 weeks.
It's kind of bold. I mean, he's been saying some similar things, but to come out
But
on a
not this
tele-rally
bold.
now,
This is boldest one, yeah.
this is the boldest one.
Great find, Ali. Look at this, Ali. This has only 8 likes, and you still found it. That's a pretty good. You're really good at this. Can you send that to me?
Yeah, of course.
Guys, we're so lucky to have Ali looking.
No,
for
please.
These things.
I feel bad when I
get compliments. Ali, guys, everybody compliment Ali. It's making him uncomfortable. That's his weakness. So, guys, keep complimenting Ali. He doesn't like it.
If you guys make me feel uncomfortable, I'm going to make you feel uncomfortable.
Oh, no. Okay. Is that a threat?
Oh, no. People are starting to do it. All right. You guys called for it. Well, I didn't want to do this to you.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I know what this is. I
didn't want to do this to you guys, but.
Oh, no.
So the Islamic Republic national team, okay, someone on the Islamic Republic national team is a pedophile.
Not national. It's not a national team. It's a state team. It's a state team. It's not a national team.
The Islamic Republic team. Yeah. The Islamic Republic team are pedophiles. Surprise. And they let this guy on the team.
Read the title. Yeah.
All right. So the Daily Mail has reported that an international footballer tries to lure a 14-year-old British girl for a cuddle behind a hedge during her family's holiday at a luxury Turkish hotel. Ooh, I don't know which one it was, but let's look at this
And guys,
disgusting clip.
they're kissing. This is the soccer team. They're kissing the Quran.
Keep in mind that a lot of the players were not allowed to be on the team and go to the World Cup because they refused to do this, and they refused to be IRGC puppets. These guys are willingly here. And quite frankly, I hope they get knocked out as soon as possible. Anyway, screw those guys. Yeah, that's what you guys get.
Wow. Somebody saying here. Yeah, someone say I'm not uncomfortable. I'm bloodthirsty. You see.
Okay.
It's gross.
Wait, what's going on here?
All right, let's go through the.
Okay. All right. So in other breaking news today, the United States CENTCOM Navy has disabled another tanker today. And let's take a look where that happened. So that has happened somewhere around here. It looks like they were trying to enter the Persian Gulf. And so let's begin with CENTCOM statement. And I have some juicy footage. So basically, this was a Palau flagged tanker, and it was in the Gulf of Oman going towards Iran. So it was empty, and it was going to load up, presumably at Karg Island. So an FA-18 Super Hornet took off from the USS Abe Lincoln, fired a rocket right into the engine room, and stopped the ship. And so you might be wondering, wow, right? Super exciting. Well, I'll make it super exciting, because look at this. This is the tanker. And it looks like the crew came onto the other side of the ship. And we can see here, not only is the engine room full of fire, but also, hey, there's a destroyer right there, just coming in to check if everything's okay.
Oh, hi. Oh, hello. Oh, hi. Who's that?
So you guys need help?
Wait. Show that again. That's pretty funny. That's pretty good. Like, where did that come from?
Like,
it's like
these
a
guys.
movie.
Like, if you see these two guys, these three guys on the left, they're just like, man, what do we do now? And then the answer is that the United States Navy will come and save you. There it is.
You know how in scary movies, like the camera moves for a second, all of a sudden you see like a dead girl, like looking, and they like the person is not seeing it, but it's in the background. Just for a second, that thing is in the background. It's kind of like that. I don't know.
This is the funniest part of this is just how, like, if you guys pay attention to how he pans it over and back, just look at this. Like, he did this.
Oh no!
Just like, he did this.
No. You know what he's saying? It's like, if we don't look at it, it's not there. If we don't look at it, it's not there.
Oh man!
It's a jump scare. Yeah, it's a jump scare. Yeah.
This is the greatest part about the internet.
Happy thoughts. It's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Oh,
and speaking about CENTCOM, Admiral Brad Cooper is back in Washington, D.C., and he's going to be briefing Congress about the state of the war. So it looks like we're going to see a lot more silly clips come out of stupid senators and stupid congressmen or House of Representatives asking Brad Cooper what's what. And he's going to give them the correct answer, and they're going to be like, but that's not the answer that I wanted you to say. So be prepared for that. So, oh no, what's going on? Okay. I'll give you a choice. Do you want to see a statement from Elon Musk about Iran? Or do you want to see Benjamin Netanyahu's speech about all of this that he just gave today?
Both.
Which one first?
Oh, Netanyahu.
Okay. All right, so this is translated by Grok into English here. Everybody's speaking in Hebrew. I don't know if I should I like read it out as it goes?
Yeah,
Just
read it out. Yeah.
Dear citizens of Israel, a year ago, we launched a historic preemptive strike against Iran's intention to destroy us with an atomic bomb. We thwarted this immediate threat. We also eliminated the tyrant, Khamenei. If we had not acted in time and with overwhelming force, we would not be here today. And I pledge again, Iran will not have nuclear weapons. With that same determination, we acted against Hezbollah as well. Hezbollah planned to invade the Galilee with thousands of terrorists, and at the same time, it planned to devastate Israel's cities with 150,000 missiles and rockets. We thwarted this threat as well, and we eliminated Nasrallah. And I would like to tell you that our heroic fighters are tearing Hezbollah to pieces. We continue to destroy all of their terror infrastructure in the security zone, including massive underground facilities in the Beaufort Ridge. So massive that they are unlike anything I have ever seen. Iran and Hezbollah are weaker than ever, and we are stronger than ever. But our battle against them is still not finished. In the last 24 hours, Iran and Hezbollah tried to impose a new equation upon us. And it is an equation I find intolerable and unacceptable. They thought they would fire at Israel from Lebanese territory and from Iran, and we would not act. That did not happen, and it will not happen. Not on my watch. Just as I have done for decades, I stand firmly on our right to act against our enemies. That is how we acted now as well. After Hezbollah fired into Israeli territory, I ordered the IDF to attack terror targets in Beirut and to eliminate Hezbollah operatives there. We did that. After Iran attacked Israel, I instructed the IDF to attack military and economic targets throughout Iran. We did that too. At the moment, we are holding our fire, because after we struck the terror regime in Tehran, it ceased attacking us. In the event that the terror regime in Iran makes the same mistake of resuming attacks on us, we will respond with overwhelming force. Israel has a full right to self-defense, and we are exercising it to the extent necessary. I say this to you, just as I say this with appreciation and respect in my good conversations with my friend, President Trump, with unity, determination, and wisdom. We will protect the state of Israel together with God's help. We will restore security to the north. Okay, well, that's it. And yeah, sorry, I don't speak Hebrew. Otherwise, I would have.
How dare you not speak Hebrew?
I know.
That's not acceptable.
Oh. We haven't heard from him in a while, and he's come out. And basically, when I was watching that, I was like, okay, he's reminding everyone about what he's done, right? Because he's in a politically tough spot. He's saying, hey, remember when I did this? Remember when I did that? I did this and I did that. We're safe because of me.
He's reminding Israelis. Because I think he's in a tough spot right now. What is the odds right now from him winning? And we need to check that.
Where can you check that?
What are the odds of Prime Minister Netanyahu winning in the upcoming November elections? I'll double check that. Do you want to respond to some super chats?
Yeah, someone said, what kind of Mossad agent doesn't speak Hebrew? The Iranian kind.
Well, the kind of Mossad agent who doesn't reveal to you that he speaks Hebrew.
Yeah. You guys thought in front of 1,000 people I would just start, yeah. Anyway. We got a super chat here from Fleshy Interloper who says, how would Trump finish it? Okay, here's how he would finish it. He gets whatever he needs to get from the Islamic Republic, and if he doesn't get it, he's going to bomb everyone in the IRGC. He's going to kill all their leaders. Then he's going to, in my opinion, probably lean more into the Iranian people. He might do a photo op with Prince Reza Pahlavi in the White House, spread that around, give more support for the Iranian people, tell them to, take over their institutions again, maybe some weapons here and there, That would cause another uprising. Most of the IRGC are already dead. The Basiji are already dead. It's probably how we're going to go with it.
I think I think the people. Okay, here's the thing. I don't think Trump would finish it. I think the Iranian people would finish it.
Exactly.
I think Trump. Yeah. Basically, what Trump could do is weaken the Islamic Republic to the point where it becomes an easier job for the Iranian people to finish it.
Yeah. That's what I think. That's the general thing of what I think is going to happen. And Saber Coaching with the super chat who says, I think Trump is worried about the IRGC overloading Bushehr once troops enter Iran from the south. Airstrikes are pointless without feet on the ground. Well, you're assuming that he's going to launch an invasion of the Persian Gulf from the south, which I don't know if that's going to happen because the USS Boxer is still in Singapore. But airstrikes, you're right, are pointless without feet on the ground when it comes to toppling the regime. So that's why the Iranian people are the boots on the ground. You have to support them.
Okay.
Like the U.S. troops are not going to come and land in the southern side of the Persian Gulf and then like the regime is going to fall. It's never going to happen.
Wait, let me go quickly to here. Let's remove this. And okay, so Polymarket has Netanyahu's chances. So who will be the next prime minister of Israel after the next election? Netanyahu, 35%. This guy, I think this guy's former IDF, right? Gadi Aizen, I don't know how to pronounce his name. 29%. Naftali Bennett, 27%. All right, so nobody is above 50%. Let me see.
Which color is Netanyahu? Is he the light blue?
Yes, light blue is Netanyahu.
Could you zoom in a little bit on the graph?
I don't know if I can. Oh yeah, I can. But it's
okay,
making
so
it
it looks
look
like
weird.
between between March and April, his odds dropped a ton.
Yeah.
So the ceasefire, basically.
So let me see.
Interesting.
So right now, so his chances of winning is low to moderate, apparently. Currently around 30 to 40%. So this is a tough situation for. I mean, to be fair to Netanyahu, he's the people. Every time he almost looked like his political career is over, somehow he has always managed to find a way to just bounce back. But this time that this is a very uphill battle for him, and it's very uncertain right now. So it's very tough. Yeah, but anyways, let's go back to the super chats.
All right, we have a super chat from Boboism again. Thank you. He says Western Europe is Islamized.
Yes, but it's not over until it's over. Keep fighting. It could be un-Islamized. Okay, it's not Islamized to the point of no return. We shouldn't give up on Western Europe. We should keep fighting. We should keep fighting for these countries. We should try to reclaim Western Europe.
Yeah. Thanks, Boboism.
Thank you.
And we have a super chat here from John.
این آخرین بار aha, there's a space missing there. این آخرین بار سپاهی اینجا دیگه آخر خطاین آخرین بار. So basically John is saying that it's over for IRGC. That's what he's saying. Yes.
Yeah, and he's linking, I'm assuming that's a song because he said, y'all have amazing rap.
Oh.
It's all right.
I can't click on it. It's all right. You don't like it? I like the rap.
I like some.
I like them.
It depends on the guy's voice. Like some of these guys' voice is so like nasally. I'm just like,
Well, I guess it's subjective.
yeah, it's
I
subjective.
liked it. Yeah, I like Fadoi. Oh yeah, is this Fadoi? Okay, if it's Fadoi, I like that. We
Do you know
can't play it
Airfon?
though because.
You know Airfon?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Oh really?
He's my favorite Persian rapper.
Yes. And Shapur. Oh. Yeah,
John's saying yes, it is. It's Fadai.
Okay. Fadai. He's good. I like Fadai. Okay. Next.
And the next super chat is from Amy Ryan, who would like us to explain our answer from her previous super chat. Why will Trump let them keep bombing our troops until somebody dies? That's not America first.
Well, I mean, they're not letting them, they're intercepting them. Like nothing is like if you're being attacked and so every time they get attacked, there's a response right now, right? First of all, nothing is hitting them. It's not like, oh, look at the missile come. Hopefully it doesn't hit us. And if it does hit us, we'll do something. Right now, what's happening is that every missile, every drone at the American ships in the Persian Gulf is being very effectively intercepted in a way that no other country can intercept them. So United States is protecting its soldiers in the Persian Gulf in a way that no other country on earth is able to protect its soldiers, right? The reason why they're not dying is because United States is effectively protecting them. It's not like they're letting it up to chance, right? And also every single time, even if they're unsuccessful, United States is responding. Look at what's happening in Qesh, in Khark Island, in some other areas around the southern. Every time the Islamic Republic tries and fails to attack any of the American ships, they lose something. The Americans effectively stop the drones, stop the missiles, and then something blows up on mainland Iran or in Kashmir or in the islands. Something very expensive blows up, and IRGC people die. So just for the sake of just because the Islamic Republic tried killing American soldiers and failed, the United States breaks something within the Islamic Republic, something that is really precious. So these are not going unanswered. It's not just because it's not head-to-head, full-on confrontational war with the Islamic Republic and the ceasefire is remaining. It doesn't mean it's going unanswered. I mean, if you saw what happened in the past few days, all the explosions that we're hearing in southern Iran is Americans responding to the Islamic Republic even dare shoot at American ships.
And that's definitely going to. Texas Troop is saying this perfectly, Amy. She's saying, Armin, that is going to be the accusation hurled at Trump. So I think both Amy and Texas Troop are right, because this is definitely going to be a talking point for the Democrats of why are you just letting the Islamic Republic do all this stuff? They're going to talk about that as much as they can.
Yeah, I mean, they're being defended. No country is as effective as protecting its soldiers more than United States. I mean, that's why there's so many little. That's why the Americans' appetite for American soldiers dying is so little, because they're not used to it. Because United States is so effective at protecting them.
Amy says that's not a good answer. They're letting it up to chance, as an American soldier might die.
They're not letting it up to chance. If it was up to chance, more of them would be dead right now. They're stopping the missiles and the drones. Okay, so here's the thing, Amy. What would you want them to do? Like, can you maybe instead of me answering, what would be the best response? Let me know. So let's keep an eye for Amy's answer to this.
So here's I remember Trump saying two things about U.S. troops. One, that this is a war, casualties happen. And two, that if the Islamic Republic kills American soldiers, we'll probably go straight back to war.
So Amy, so I really want to know what would you suggest should be the proper response? Like, what would the response need to be, Amy, for you to be happy? Because I could guarantee you, like right now, remember, the United States has used a lot of its interceptors. A lot of the ceasefire was necessary to, restockpile the interceptors. Um, American soldiers do require their time, rest. You can't just continuously do military operation for them to recover so that they could respond again stronger next time. Um, and the American soldiers are being very effectively defended right now against any drones or missiles coming at them, more effectively than anyone else. So what is it that should be done right now? Because it's easy to point out at something that we don't like, but if we don't have an alternative to what's happening, then we are doing the best thing that's supposed to be happening. Like, unless you have a better option, that means that the best option is the current option. So I didn't see anything from Amy. I was waiting to what would be a better option than what we're doing right now. If you have
And
any.
while we wait for that, let's read Sarah's super chat, who went through the trouble of saying, I'm seeing on X that Boxer, the USS Boxer, went dark 7 days ago and has left Singapore.
Ooh.
Okay. Take a look
Is
into
that true?
I'll take a look. Or actually, if you want to take a look, I'm gonna.
Did
read the next one
USS
as well.
this USS Boxer go dark and left Singapore, and maybe coming towards the Middle East? Let me see.
But thanks, Sarah.
Thank you.
And while you're looking into that, Sketch here is asking a good question. So Sketch Art Therapy with a good super chat here asking, just left school. How's the ceasefire? Do you see fire? Yes, I do. Do you want to see what I'm looking at?
Yes, show us.
Okay, so here are the most recent explosions in the Middle East.
Remove the super chat.
Oh, who also Sketch also said, soldiers don't like to be used by pacifists. We signed, as in soldiers know the risk that they sign up for. That's a good point. You know, I always want to say that, but I'm not a soldier, so I never will. All right, so we got two conflict zones in the Middle East right now. We have Iraq, which I believe 2C went live for to report. I think he was reporting that the IRGC had launched drones towards an American base in Iraq, but I'm not sure that's true. I think it's actually a Kurdish separatist group that they're launching missiles at here, but who knows? So as you can see right there, you see a missile or a drone flying and boom, intercepted. So that's Iraq. And in addition to that, we also have a strike on Israel that there's been more missile interceptions here. So this is on the Red Sea. We can see there's a bit more interceptions right there. This is in the city of, I don't know how you pronounce it, but Eilat. Looks like Israel stretches quite a bit all the way to the Red Sea. And another angle of the same thing. So yeah, so this is an interceptor from the Israeli Navy in Eilat in the Red Sea of southern Israel. This is a Houthi launched missile here. So we can see the interceptor taking off and streaking across the sky. It'll take a few more seconds to reach its target there, but we'll see an explosion right around. Boom. Yep. So there's that. And that just happened today. That's how the ceasefire is going.
So So I have an update regarding USS Boxer. Apparently, you're correct. So they did leave Singapore, officially departed on May 30th after a maintenance and resupply stop. They did went dark. It turned off its public tracking, AIS. This is standard military protocol. OPSEC for naval vessels moving through sensitive areas. And is it heading towards the Middle East? So nope, this was widely reported, but the Navy officially changed its mission. So current location, it pivoted to the Pacific and is currently operating in the South China Sea, focusing on regional surveillance and deterrence. So bad news is that apparently no, it didn't move towards the Middle East.
Okay.
So no, it's not going. Yeah.
Well,
not yet, apparently, at least.
Armin, do you want to know what the European Union has done finally?
Yes.
After months and months of deliberation, they have finally imposed sanctions on 2 people.
Oh wow! Oh my God! Oh wow! We're saved! We're saved!
Yes,
guys! I'm gonna go pack my bag. We're gonna go to Iran tomorrow.
It's over for them.
Wow, guys! We were hoping that United States will finally do something, but not. But it was the hero that we were all waiting for. Wow. Guys, oh my God. Finally, to the rescue. Let's go, brave.
After months of strongly considering, they have targeted 2 Iranian individuals in an IRGC naval unit, which is just fancy talk. So they sanctioned 2 Iranian individuals linked to the IRGC's navy. Yay!
Wow.
They did it.
Ali, I don't know how the Islamic Republic is going to recover from this, honestly. Like, oh shit, man. This is
just to remind you guys, the sanctions on these two people means that these 2 people cannot trade with the EU. Oh my God, they can't trade with the EU.
These
EU,
2 people, there's 2 people within the Islamic Republic that cannot trade with the EU. That is over. Oof. It's over. It's over for this.
So glad to see Europe standing up for themselves.
Wow.
Yeah, finally.
I take everything back. These people know what they're doing. My God.
Well, moving on to some more clown show acts. We can take a look here at a top IRGC commander and advisor to Mujtaba Khamenei. And in the background, we can see his bodyguard, who seems to hate his guts. Let's take a look at this.
I see.
He's like, why did I sign up for this, man?
I think he's afraid of dying. I think like he doesn't. Oh my God.
Yeah. He's just like, oh man.
Oh no.
Why am I here? Why did they give me this position?
What life decisions have I made that has gotten me to this point?
And moving along the clown list, we arrive at the Lebanese government, who you might think has done something for once. Look what they did. The Lebanese government has imposed a full ban on all IRGC activities inside Lebanese territory. Security forces of Lebanon are to hunt down, arrest, and deport any IRGC members found operating there. Do you know what we call this? We call this just words.
Wait, you're telling me the Lebanese government is more aggressive against the Islamic Republic than the entirety of the EU?
Yes.
Okay.
But they have less power to do so.
Yeah. This is, guys, by the way, guys, this is unprecedented. Like, I don't know if you guys understand how historic this is. What you just heard just a little while ago was the taboo to even consider as an option from Lebanese government. This is the Islamic Republic losing major territory. And this is so good for Israel. Guys, think about like people who are upset with Netanyahu in Israel. Like, I want you guys to understand that you have a buffer zone now between Israel and Hamas, a buffer zone between Israel and Syria, a buffer zone between Israel and Hezbollah. And Syria, Assad has fallen. Lebanese government is becoming more pro-Israeli and anti-Hezbollah every single second. And this is like, I know things are difficult, but Israelis are moving closer and closer to final complete security at a rapid pace. So this is good.
And then going back to what Elon Musk, the statement by Elon Musk here. So he said something about the Strait of Hormuz. So this is Elon Musk's account saying, Straits of Hormuz are named after Ahura Mazda from Zoroastrianism, which if you guys didn't know, which is the first monotheistic religion in the world, created by Persians.
And Kurds and all people from Iran. But
Yes.
this is amazing. Why is he saying that? Thank you, Elon.
It was 11 p.m. last night, and he said this. So drop a like on that.
So Elon is thinking of us. Hi, Elon.
Yeah.
Drop a like. Thank you for bringing attention to this matter.
Yeah, of course. And since we're already in the Strait of Hormuz, I thought I might go ahead and show you guys a excellent destination spot here. So if many of you may be thinking about where should I go in my retirement? Where can I possibly visit? Well, you should visit none other than the Strait of Hormuz. And in fact, we have a perfect resort waiting for you guys right here.
What is?
Where when you open the door, you are met with this fantastic scene. Please go as soon as possible because it seems like these ships will be gone at some point in the future. But before then, you will be able to see all these oil tankers stuck.
No way! Oh my god, this is amazing. You know what? I would want to stay at this hotel. That is historic. That is a historic view.
So if you guys would like to go on Polymarket, I would suggest bringing some binoculars and checking to see how many ships pass through the Strait of Hormuz every day, and you can bet on that.
Oh, hey, YouTube, this is not financial advice.
Right, in-game.
No, just check with your financial advisor or whatever. Right, but yeah, but
yep.
Oh my god, do your own research. But yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, you could do your own research by staying there and basically having access to information other people don't. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What a view.
I thought that was pretty cool. I know, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So let's finish that segment off with a Basiji in Iran. And we'll translate his words for you guys here. They're quite funny. Hello, how are you all? It's been 8 months that I'm working in this IRGC base, Basiji base. They told us today to close the doors and evacuate. But I don't understand what they're scared of. They can't even keep our small base secure.
سه بار شده تا حالا که به اینجا شلیک میشه. این چجور پیروزیه که به هنوز شلیک میکنن؟
They fired at our base alone 3 times so far. What kind of peace is this? What kind of victory is this that they fire on us? Did you hear this part, Armin? Let's just hear this one part.
سه بار شده تا حالا که به اینجا شلیک میشه. این چجور پیروزیه که به هنوز شلیک میکنن؟
So he's admitting that they're losing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
That's
I
pretty
like
good.
that. Did you guys know that today a plane from the United Arab Emirates landed in Tehran for 1 hour and then came straight back to Abu Dhabi? Ooh. What could that mean? Why would the Emiratis want to be talking to the IRGC at this moment?
Wow, that is interesting. What is happening?
So basically, a Boeing 737 belonging to the Royal Jet airline of the UAE, which is always used by senior
Ooh.
government officials, landed in Tehran for 1 hour before going straight back to Abu Dhabi. Whoa.
Hmm.
Did they come and say, hey, we're not going to let America use our airspace, or we're not going to strike you guys again, or don't hit us?
Interesting. Do you think that the Emiratis are trying to give up on being hostile to the Islamic Republic and they're trying to arrange a deal like the Saudi Arabia has now with the Islamic Republic?
I don't know how competent these leaders are in the Persian Gulf Arab countries, but if I was them, I would know that the Islamic Republic's time has come to an end and that they will eventually fall. So what I would do is I would go to the IRGC, I would straight up lie to their face and say, look, man, the US, they kind of bullied us. We're not going to let them use our airspace anymore. We'll do whatever you want. Okay, just don't hit us. But when the final strikes come, and the final strikes will be devastating, right? It's going to be like just finishing the IRGC off completely. I'm going to join in. I'm going to join in. That's what I would do. Because it's just words. I mean, I could just tell the IRGC, like, hey, I'm not going to do anything.
I think maybe it is possible that the Arab countries around the Persian Gulf are realizing that Trump is just not going to defend them as much as they want to, and they were hoping that, and now they're going back to the Islamic Republic and just saying, like, can we just stop this? Like, what can we do to stop this? Because Saudi Arabia successfully. So, guys, I don't know if you know this. Saudi Arabia had a secret deal with the Islamic Republic to get hit less. And that's why this time around, the Saudis were not attacked as much. And the UAE might want a similar arrangement.
Some people are saying, Sarah's saying dropped off cash. Your crazy uncle
UAE
is saying
not
pulled someone out.
Oh, pull someone out, yeah.
You got some different theories here.
Yeah. Yeah, pulling someone out, maybe that makes more sense, actually. That's a good solution. Because dropping cash to who? We had a question that I think we should answer again, because a lot of people are asking is, did they ever confirm Vahidi is dead? No. That has not been confirmed.
He's not dead. Oh, but you know what? Speaking along the lines of that, I wanted to talk about this. Okay, so Iran International posted last night something really, really interesting. So if you're Iranian, listen up. Iran International said that after Israel struck the IRGC targets, contact with Mojtaba Khamenei was lost.
Yeah.
Which, could be perfectly normal, just hiding, no communication going on. But what if, I'm going to play devil's advocate, what if Mojtaba Khamenei is actually communicating via couriers or someone actually important, like as a middleman, and that middleman was hit? Who knows? But most likely, just he's just holding himself up, making himself hard to find. There was reports that the intelligence head of the IRGC was killed last night, Khatib. That guy died back in March. So in case you guys read that as well, he's already been dead for a while.
Texas Trooper saying they lost the cardboard. Yes, Honestly, I think that it doesn't really matter. So I do think that the IRGC is making its own decisions right now, separately from the Supreme Leadership Office.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. There's some destruction of a missile city that I can show you guys, the largest one in Iran. And where else can I show you? Oh,
Guys,
we never got
ask
to
us-
talk about this.
Guys, ask us any questions you have about the current situation, Trump, Netanyahu, Islamic Republic. I do want to respond more to the chat. So I'll keep an eye from now more on any questions, and I will start them if I see any questions.
Armin, I don't think we talked about this together, but I don't know if you talked about it at all at any point. It's basically how the US Treasury is considering using some of the frozen assets that the regime has to rebuild the Gulf countries wherever they got hit. Did you hear about that?
Ooh, no, I did not.
Yeah, okay. So Scott Bessent is considering this, guys, He ordered the assessment of reconstruction costs. He's basically talking with the Persian Gulf Arab countries, and he's seeing how much damage did they take from the regime. And he's saying we might use the regime's frozen assets to pay for it. So what this does, here's what this does. Armin, wouldn't the regime supporters be like, wait, so you're telling us that we're hitting our neighbors, Bahrain and Kuwait, and then we have to pay for it? That's what's happening, right? If this actually happens, that's what's going to happen. The regime supporters are going to be like, what do you mean we're hitting Bahrain and Kuwait, and then we have to pay for it?
I mean, they wouldn't be paying for it. It's the Iranian people who have been paying for it.
But that's what they'll think.
Yeah. Yes. And this
So
is
we'll see if that
horrible. Like,
happens.
this is the Iranian people's wealth.
Yeah.
It doesn't belong to the Islamic Republic. They should hold the tankers and just give it back to the Iranian people. And honestly, these Arab countries, they shouldn't get paid anything because they're responsible for the Islamic Republic they helped the Islamic Republic get to this position. And they're only acting against the Islamic Republic right now because they're being targeted as well. But for example, UAE has a lot of us are celebrating UAE like, oh, UAE, great job being so aggressive against the Islamic Republic. But look at what the UAE did. The UAE used this financial institution for so many years, to help the Islamic Republic get around find loopholes around the sanctions. A lot of the drones and missiles that came at UAE was funded using the financial vehicles that the UAE provided to the Islamic Republic. And now they're like, oh, give us damages. Like, you brought this upon yourself, and you tolerated, you more than tolerated a terrorist regime. You helped them, you work with them. And now that oil shouldn't go towards you. That oil should go towards the Iranian people.
Yeah. I hope, knowing Scott Bessent, I don't think that's going to happen. Also, a member of the Islamic Republic Parliament of National Security said that it is a fact that we do not have a ceasefire with America. In fact, we are engaged in halting the confrontations. The Americans have failed to achieve the goal that they had set for the war on the battlefield, and now they have turned to a maritime blockade. Ooh, is the blockade hurting you?
Ooh. Ouch. Ouchie.
Ouch.
Ouchie, ouchie.
And then I know you asked about, real quick, right before we go to the super chats, I know you asked about the funeral of Ali Khamenei. So here it is. So Khamenei's funeral will be held towards the end of the current Iranian calendar month, which is ending on June 21st. So we got 2.5 weeks left. Said Tehran municipality's deputy for social and cultural affairs. There we go.
I can't wait for the juicy drama
Who's
that
going to
is going
show
to come
up?
out of them.
Who's not going to show up? And InServer said something a little annoying, so I want to address that. InServer said to someone else, well, you missed it. Adi said the deal will lead to regime change, Lamau, because regime supporters will be upset. Someone asked me a question saying, how will Trump finish it with a deal? And I answered that question. And I was saying, if a deal happens, and if the deal means uranium coming out or the Strait of Hormuz being open or something huge concession being made, the regime supporters are going to lose their support for the regime, start turning on each other and fragmenting, which makes it easier for us, the Iranian people, to finish the job. If they're more united, it's harder for us to finish the job.
Instead of everything that we predicted about how much the Islamic Republic fears internal division and considers that to be their greatest weakness has become true over the past 5 years. So I don't know how you expect the Islamic Republic to survive if not only the anti-regime people don't support it, if the pro-regime people also don't support the Islamic Republic. I don't know. Even if you're a dictator, even if you're a tyranny, you still need some base of some support to be able to continue. You're muted.
Also, guys, you might not be watching a lot of other analysts from the US talk about this, but we do. And they are just not as good. They just do not know as much as we do. They do not understand the level that we understand. This might sound like an echo chamber, and if you guys only watch us, you might, think that like, okay, well, they're just repeating the same things over and over again. But we're not saying a lot of the same things a lot of other people are saying. A lot of other people are just saying what they think from just an American perspective or just an Israeli perspective or just this and that. And we take everything into consideration. And with all of that, we give you guys our opinions.
Somebody had a really good suggestion. We should look at this. So I'm saying do a poll on what Trump should be doing. That's a good poll to have. We could say, the option should be like do military operations now, continue with the ceasefire, and let the blockade do its job, right? What are the other options? And we'll go through the super chats and then do the poll, and then answer the other questions that people ask in the chat. But what are the other options? Military operations now.
You could do let Israel finish the job, or you could do keep pursuing just the deal.
What should President Trump be doing?
And then
with the Islamic Republic.
Let me answer a couple more people. So InServer was saying, so we're walking back to needing foreign support to revolt. You said that this is a prerequisite for revolution. I've never said that in my life. I've said from the beginning that the Iranian people are going to finish the job with or without support from the United States, but the United States and Israel helping will make it a lot easier. We don't need them. We've been alone this entire time. We've gotten help, which I'm super grateful for the past 4 months. And I'm really grateful for that. But we've been alone for 47 years. We were always going to have to do this on our own. And if you're asking, you saw what happened in January, do you have any other solution? You know just as well as I do. We're saying the same, me and you are saying and wanting the same thing. I know what happened in January. I know that we have no other option. We've tried everything we can. Coming out in the streets and being massacred like that, yeah, I saw that. That's why we need help to get rid of those people. If we don't get help to get rid of those people, the Iranian people are not only going to suffer from economic shortages for the next few years, but be slaughtered in continuation. So without help, that's our future. and we're still going to have to do it alone. That's why I want help. I want help. I don't say that we need it to succeed. We can do it, but we want it. Anyway, enough of that. Oh, this is a funny one. Susanna, which, thank you, bless your heart, was saying, do either of you know Secular Jihadist? Because he is showing your love on his channel, or live on his channel.
Yeah, that's my
Bless your heart.
channel. I have to thank you. I need to rename that channel to something liberty politics related. Yes, but thank you for reporting that to us. It's good that you're seeing it, so it shows that it's getting somewhere.
Yeah.
Let's see how many people are watching there. But thank you so much for looking at. Is anybody? Oh yeah, 25 people are watching over there. That's fantastic. Thank you for telling us.
Yeah. Fine Stars, I'm not taking it personally. I'm saying, like, me and InServer, or like many of the people who might criticize what we say, want the same thing. We're still on the same side. Just because we have disagreements over the method doesn't mean that, like, we have to fight over it.
So Ali, we should do the poll, and then
Let's do
after the poll, let's respond to the super chats and maybe some of the questions. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So here are the options that I have. Let me know in the chat if this is a good poll. I said, what should President Trump be doing with the Islamic Republic now? So option one, go back to war now. Option two, continue the ceasefire and the blockade. Option three, do a surrender deal. And option four, I put it in there just to cover everything, do a peace deal. Okay, so go back to war, continue the ceasefire and the blockade, do a surrender deal, do a peace deal. Is that a good list of options for me to put in the?
Let's do it.
Okay, you guys approve? Everybody in the chat approves? Okay, let's go with that. Widgets, new poll. I'm actually very curious to see what people think. And guys, we could only add 4 options. That's why if you're giving me a suggestions for option 5, I cannot add option 5. Oh wait, guys, don't vote yet. I haven't added the poll yet. And by the way, I'm happy to say that apparently StreamYard has made it so that you can't vote twice. It's not going to count. So it knows which user voted. So it's not working. If you want to, it's not going to work if you vote multiple times. All right. So start.
Go ahead. Hey, no fives, Flesh Interloper.
Yes. So here is the question. What should President Trump be doing with the Islamic Republic now? So put a 1 in the chat for go back to war now. And put a 2 in the chat for saying continue the ceasefire and the blockade. Well, it's not showing the rest of it, but the blockade. Do option number 3 is do a surrender deal. And option number 4 is do a peace deal. So we're not going to see the results until... Oh, we do see the results. Me and Ali are not seeing it, but on YouTube it's showing it. Okay.
Oh, let's see. While you guys are voting, let's go ahead and clear up the misconception about Ahmad Vahidi.
Yeah, don't highlight any comments because the poll will go away. So just do that. Yeah. Okay.
So a couple of you, like Michael McCullough and Lior, was asking about Vahidi.
Lior. It's Lior. Lior.
Asking about Vahidi, and he is still alive. There's no confirmation that he's dead. But people were, for clickbait reasons, posting that he was dead. And okay, I've been scouring. I'm just like, I have my eyes glued to see, because Trump had his tele rally and he made that statement. And so far, like Channel 12 of Israel is saying the same thing. A couple other people are saying the same thing. But I want the clip. I want to see him say it. I want him to see him say that we will have total victory in 2 weeks over Iran. I want to see him say it.
But what about the whole thing of don't take Trump seriously, but not literally? So he could, like, you might think like, oh, he said that, but it could not mean much, because if we're not taking him, because he could basically come and say we've already won total, like, we had total victory, but back in, I don't know, July 2025 with Operation Midnight Hammer. So he could say that.
I'm hoping a little bit here, but also, hey, President Trump, haven't you said that we've already achieved victory like 50 times? So is it different? Are you talking about something different this time? And usually when he says a week or two, or a few days, the weekend, we'll have a deal, but he hasn't said complete victory.
So, yeah. Somebody's saying poll not on YouTube. Guys, the poll is, you have to just put a 1. So the options are, so the question is, what should President Trump be doing with the Islamic Republic now? If you just put a 1 in the chat, it will count your vote as go back to war now. If you put a 2 in the chat, you can see it on the screen. If you put a 2 in the chat, it will count your vote as continue the ceasefire and the blockade. If you put a 3 in the chat, it will count as do a surrender deal. And if you put a 4 in the chat, it will say do a peace deal. There you go. Okay, I think most people voted already. Oh, no, we got more votes coming in.
Wait, anyone watching on YouTube, did our screen just get minimized?
No, we're good.
Okay. It's just a glitch on my end.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh.
So let me stop I think we're good. We stopped the poll. Okay, guys, no more voting. We're stopping it. Okay. So look at this. What do you think, Ali? Look at the results. So what should President Trump be doing with the Islamic Republic now? So 73%, a vast majority of you, want President Trump to go back to war now. 22%. Wow, 0 people voted for a peace deal. That's good to know that our chat is like, really, like, there's nobody in our chat that wants that. Okay, like, guys, I'm looking at, like, nobody voted for that. So surrender deal, only 5% want a surrender deal. So this whole idea of, like, oh, President Trump is working with surrender deal, a lot of you, like, only 5% of you are for that. Interesting. Any thoughts on this result, Ali?
See, here's what I'm caught up about. Okay, you guys want to know my thoughts? Okay, here's what I'm torn between. I'm torn between 2 things. One, I'm torn between continuing the ceasefire and economically strangling them for a little bit longer, or attacking them right now and just finishing it as soon as possible. And the reason why I'm torn between these 2 options is because I want to know that we are guaranteed to kill everyone that we need to kill in the IRGC. And that if that happens, it's enough for the people to come out and finish the job. So if it takes another month of economically starving these guys, and if that's what it takes for the regime to finally go, and that's a guarantee, I will wait a month. If we can do it right now, just do it right now.
All right. I need to go soon for my Persian show.
Yeah.
We need to respond to the super chat.
Let's do it. All right. So we got our first super chat from Wyatt here, which, thank you. Says, in 47 years, this is the first time that the Islamic Republic seems destined to fall. People need to stop getting blackpilled over every minor setback. Despair spreads through a movement like cancer. Be hopeful. So wise.
That's a really good. Thank you, Wyatt, and thank you That's really good advice. We appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you. He always gives us like really good, like philosophical mindset statements to think about. So from what I could tell, Wyatt's someone who cares about how people feel, or at least how we feel.
He has a big heart. He probably has a big heart.
And the next super chat is from Sarato, who says, "Bepish, guys, bepish, Javid Shah."
Bepish, Sarato. Javid Shah.
Sarato, you have to visit Iran.
I can imagine when Iran is free and people are like having their drinks up and then like cheering together, saying Javid Shah and like cheering.
Yeah.
And then, like,
except for us, it's like water.
Yeah, except you and me. Mine will be tea. But yeah, we're boring people.
Yeah, I'm so boring. I don't even drink tea.
Oh no. Wow.
Anyway, I didn't say that. But anyway, we have a super chat from Sarah Ocean, who says, "The funeral of Ali Khamenei is in 2 weeks. Trump said victory in 2 weeks." Ooh. This is why we have people in the chat to remind us of things. Wow. Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. That's a good point.
Please. It has to be true. Come on, Trump. I'll believe
guys,
you.
Remember for the funeral, remember that the main thing we're looking is Mujtaba's absence at the funeral. That's going to be big. But not as big as this. That's a big,
And remember, we don't think that they're going to bomb the funeral. Maybe they'll target the people on the way to the funeral, on the way back from the funeral, tracking them where they come and go. But the funeral itself, I don't know about that.
That's how they got Larry. Yeah, not the funeral stuff, but that's how they tracked and killed Larry Johnny, apparently. So
yeah. Good. And the next and final super chat of the day by Sketch Art Therapy, who says, "Trump is seeking a deal, which means a bipartisan support for strikes." Is that what you think? When he talks about deal, is that what you mean he's talking about?
I mean, we're never gonna have bipartisan support for the strikes. So I'm not getting what he's saying. Do you get, guys? Do you guys help us out? Do you guys get what
that would be tough? Would be very tough.
Bipartisan. How could you get support for strike on Islamic Republic by the allies of the Islamic Republic?
Well, maybe if their bank accounts are being targeted, that'll be pretty quick.
Oh, and we had a last question. So we did all the super chats, right? We responded to all of them.
Yes.
So, but we have one question, and then after that we could go. So, yeah, look at this. Ali, you respond to this first. I'm actually interested.
Probably start tearing down the graves.
Read it first.
Oh, sorry. Hopi Edits is saying, "What do you guys think are the first thing that Iranians will do once they're free?" Probably start doing things to the graves of a lot of top IRGC officials.
Oh my god!
But people like me though.
I thought you're gonna say celebrate and dance and sing. And
yeah, not me. Not
we're gonna
me,
go
right?
destroy some grave. I gotta dig out the bones of our murderer. Like, oh my god! Ali, you're a scary person. Like, I did not see that coming.
I wouldn't do that, guys, but I'm just saying some people might. I wouldn't do that.
Behind that calm face, it's like a psychopath in hiding. Like, Ali, you scare me sometimes.
Anyway, it's not me. I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. No. Anyway, but yeah, some people would do that. I think. And yeah, I personally would be going to Iran. I think a lot of Iranians are going to be going to Iran, but there's going to be a lot of parties everywhere. Like every family is going to hold so many parties and celebrate for like weeks. And then we'll have like the anniversary. We can have like a month anniversary, 6 months, like a year. But no, I would never wear all black and at like 2 a.m. show up at a graveyard and no.
I'm still dealing with the shock of you, the first of that. Oh my God. My God. You know, like thinking about it, like I was like, well, Iran is free. I'm thinking like people coming out, music, dancing, celebration, drinking, partying, and everything. Like we're gonna dance like all the 47 years of chain. We have to dance for all the times that we missed, that we didn't get to party and dance like this for the past 47 years. Like, we're gonna go to their graves and we're gonna dig out their bones and we're gonna like, oh my God.
We're gonna drink from their skulls.
Oh my God. Ain't gonna go. Oh my God.
Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I would be celebrating.
Ali wouldn't do that, but that's just the first thing that came to his mind.
I was just thinking, like, you know, some people.
I'm just throwing out ideas because I'm just like, I'm not saying we should do that. That's just like thinking. Right.
You know, people might buy a lot of toilet paper. Might find some of the Basiji family members' houses.
Oh, okay. We went from we guys.
It's much
like,
nicer.
We escalated,
right?
and we de-escalated really quickly. We went from drinking from their skulls to just throwing toilet paper at their houses. Oh my God! Like, okay, Ali, you're trying to. It's too late. It's too late. Okay, we now already know the dark thoughts.
I'm just saying, if you guys see me upload a video a few months from now, and you know the title something like "I broke into an IRGC graveyard to pay my respects," then
yeah, okay.
You know, I'll go to the store, buy a ton of bacon, and just right on top.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Anyway, okay. So not that I wouldn't really do that though. It's not me. But
I know. We're just having fun, Ali. We're just having fun. We're just joking around. Bacon. I don't think there is bacon in Iran. Yet.
Oh, there will be. I mean, I think there will be.
Don't waste bacon though.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's not wasting it, you know. It's like subjective. It's relative. But yeah, looks like we kept you here for a few minutes longer, and you have your Persian Persian show soon.
I spilled
everything
my
I just said was jokes. I was not going to waste food.
No. Yes. Yeah. I'm not gonna drink from the skulls of my enemies or waste any bacon.
No, I'm just not gonna waste any bacon. That's all I'm saying.
No. Oh, okay. Just the bacon part. The skull part is still there. Yeah. Okay.
I didn't say that. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. Okay, guys.
Thanks for showing up.
Interesting. Yeah. Thank you for showing up, and thank you for being here with us. It's always fun hanging out with you guys. Yeah. Armin spilled the tea. I literally just did. I did. It's on my chair now. Okay. Guys, I'm going to go do the Persian show. Ali, what are you doing for the rest of the day? Do you have
I always listen to Armin's Persian show. And someone is actually asking, oh, thank you for the heart, Lior. And Ricky was asking, can we have a link to the Persian channel?
Oh, yeah. Yes. It's actually very sweet when people come there and support us. I'll put the link in the chat.
Oh my God, Lior knows everything about me. Lior.
Ooh.
Lior, are you Israeli or French, by the way? Also,
Obviously, Israeli, given that she's using her Jewish magic to see into your mind, and she could be both.
which was yesterday actually. I went to the gym, and then right as I finished my workout, and I pulled out my phone, and it was like Tehran explosions from Tehran, Karaj, Isfahan, Tabriz, everywhere. I'm like, oh my god! And I started driving back home immediately. While I'm driving, I'm like, StreamYard, set up the title of the stream, time and everything updated. Yeah.
No. Okay. All right, guys. I gotta go. So same time tomorrow. Don't forget, guys. Put the notification on. Okay. Put the notification on so that when we go live, you get notified that we're live. Okay. And yeah, till next time, same time tomorrow. I'm Israel Chai. Slava
Ukrainian. Cuba
Libre. Long live America.
Javid Shah.
Payande
Iran.
See you guys same time tomorrow. Bye, guys.